Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It is Thursday, May 19th, 2022, and welcome. My name's Jennifer Cotton. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas, and that means I help people learn how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So welcome, and thank you guys for being here. Good morning to Susan Zastrow, first person I saw say hi this morning on YouTube in sunny Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's sunny here too, Sue. Good morning to Pat, and thank you for sharing this video. Hey, Jackie, good morning. I'm going to say your name wrong. And Anika, maybe, in the Netherlands, almost 4 p.m. sunny with heavy thunderstorms. Exciting. And very exciting that you're watching in the Netherlands. Thank you for being here, Anika. Judy in Tennessee, good morning. Hey, Nina, good to see you here. Lori, good morning. Anika's getting an echo. Is anyone else getting an echo? I don't have a way to test that unless I turn my volume up, and then it's then you'll really get an echo. So let me know. Martha, good morning. Oh, you're saying how to pronounce your name, Echo. Ah, maybe that's it. Yes. I'm thinking echo on the video. Okay. Martha, good morning. No problem, no mistake. Don't worry about that. Veronica in Libson, I can't read today. Lisbon Falls, Maine. Elizabeth, happy Thursday to you. Good morning. Sherry, good morning. Cindy, thank you for sharing. Good morning. Stella, Jean in North Dakota. Charlotte. Okay, Martha says we're good. Veronica, good morning. Inuka. Very pretty. Second and third are sort of muted. Inuka. Maybe I said it right. But it's fun to learn new names and the correct pronunciation. Oh, I see what you're saying. The echo was your fault. Yeah, we all have those technical issues. Good morning, Susan. Judy in Tennessee. Susan shared. And Sue in Wisconsin, and Christine in London, Ontario, Canada. That's awesome. Glad to see so many people from other countries besides the U.S. Good morning to everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Again, my name is Jennifer Cotton, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. And today I'm going to be making 4 cards with the Sweetest Cherries Bundle, which actually includes a punch. Trying not to get all that reflection there. So anyway, I'm going to make 4 cards with this. But of course, I do this as a full-time job. So I will be telling you all about the events you can sign up for through me. I offer these events all over the United States. Most of them you can purchase tutorial only, which is available in the whole world. And I even partner with someone in Canada. So some of my events are offered in Canada as well, although currently they're all closed for that registration. But in the future, check back for Canadian events as well. That's through Genevieve Co., but we offer the same event. Okay, so thank you guys all for being here. As you come on, please say hi, like so many people already have that I've been saying hi to this morning. That helps me because this is my full-time job. So thank you very much just for literally saying hi, telling us where you're from, telling us how your weather is, etc. That all helps my business. And so you will be entered to win those 4 cards I make today just by commenting. And then when you share the video, you get entered again, but you need to comment that you shared, just like Martha just did, because Facebook and YouTube don't tell us who shared our videos. Jean's got rain and cool in North Dakota today. Nice. I think it's going to be hot here today. It's already 73. But honestly, I was so busy this morning, I did not catch the weather forecast. I know we're supposed to have a quote cool front coming in, but I heard them say that got pushed to like Sunday evening. And I was hoping it'd be Saturday when I have my in-person event and we have to load and unload my car. So sorry, Shirley and Landa. It's going to be hot. Good morning, Pat, Ramona. Jean shared, I think, yeah, I'm mixing up names and comments here. Melissa in Washington, good morning. Hey, Mary Ann, good to see you. Oh, yes, that's right. Thumbs up helps me as well. Subscribing, liking, even giving a heart or a sad face, any of those things, they're all help. Terry, blistering hot in Texas today. Good day to craft. That's right. In the air conditioning. Sandy is in Marshfield, Wisconsin. I seriously can't read today. Okay, so let me jump in with my events. So, of course, I have every month lots of events you can choose from that happen every single month. But any of my events are going to include a PDF tutorial written with, of course, photos. Everything in your class packet will be cut, die cut, punched, and embossed that we possibly can, except your designer paper. If that's included with the fee, you cut that up with the PDF instructions. All events are offered to go in the United States. Most are offered PDF only. Honestly, when they're not, it's because I forgot. So just tell me to add that to my registration link. Monthly classes, though, there are 4 that I do every single month in person to go, or you can check out those supplies for me and stamp at your house for your comfort level or your schedule. So those 4 classes, I offer lots of stuff throughout the month, but those 4 are guaranteed. Every month I'm going to have card class, scrapbook class, Stamp-A-Stack class, and sampler class. They're all 4 are a club that you can join. So you can take it as a one-time or take it as a club. Of course, the clubs have benefits. So for this month, they are Saturday. That is 2 days from now. So the only class we have a spot left for is card class. And we have 4 spots left for card class. All of my samples are with my helpers, Karen and Landa. Thank you guys very much. And Shirley. They're all helping me this month prep all these class packets. But I do have my Stamp-A-Stack, which it's too late to sign up for this one. But just so you'll know for next month, kind of what kind of projects we do. It's a masculine Stamp-A-Stack this month. You make 12 cards for $30, including over $20 in merchandise. So these are the Stamp-A-Stack cards for this month. And what was I going to say about them? I can't remember. Anyway, it's full. I don't remember what I was going to say, but that's 8 of the 12. 4 designs, you make 3 of each. So watch out for next month. Sign up for my email newsletter so that you can get those registration links sent directly to you. Stamp-A-Stack and Sampler clubs are subscription clubs where you pay the fee every month, $30 or $28, and you will receive that kit every month until you cancel, which you can cancel anytime. After 6 consecutive months, you get $25 in free merchandise of your choice from me. And yeah, they're just a great deal because $28, they both include over 20 in merchandise. Your stuff, your projects that we make for you, and we don't stamp them, but we cut and die cut and all that, are practically free. Here's the sampler from last month. I love it personally. But this month we're doing bright, bold butterflies. It's so cute. But it's not here, so I can't show you. I'm actually typing instructions for those today. Okay, so those happen every month, all 4. Then you can still register. I feel like I've been advertising this forever, but you can still register through me in the United States for the Stamp Camp with Jen and Jen. That's Genevieve Coe and Jennifer Cotton. And we are using the Cup of Tea bundle, that tea boutique sweet stuff, for 10 projects, $40 in merchandise, PDF tutorial, a fun Facebook party where we won't be making all 10 cards, but you'll have your PDF tutorial. But we'll have bonus project videos. Will be coming to you live from St. George, Utah, where we're gathering with some other demonstrators at the beginning of June. Everything's recorded. You can access it later in the exclusive Facebook group, and you're going to get a bonus gift if you register for the camp and the 2 classes on top of your $40 of merchandise, and you get a little gift from us. So here's a sneak peek of my 5 cards. I still haven't made Genevieve's 5 cards because I'm very busy. And I've told her I might not get to make them. We might just have to cut from the pictures you've sent me. But there's 5 of the 10. Super cute. Love this Tea Boutique Suite, which also uses all 5 new in colors. So that's a good intro into those in colors. So you can sign up for that through, I took it off the screen, May 19th. Let me see if I changed that date. That's tomorrow. I changed it. You can register through Sunday, the 22nd, because I'm going to order Monday and cut next week. So you can still register for that through May 22nd. We'll mail it on May 30th. We'll have our Facebook party June 4th. You do not have to be present at the Facebook party. You can watch it later. And then I have my stamping bingo. Yay. I have a little graphic there for that. We are going to have stamping bingo on June 17th. That's a Thursday on Zoom. So anyone in the US can participate in this. You will get to have your Zoom party, play bingo with a chance to win hundreds of dollars in prizes, and make at least 4 projects using the lovely and lasting products on page 25 of the new annual catalog. These make gorgeous cards. I've already seen some that a friend of mine made for a different class that she's doing. Anyway, it makes really gorgeous projects. I'm going to show y'all here on the catalog. So June 30th, 6:30 p.m. Central. Anyone can join in the US. Sign up by June 5th. You're going to get your bingo card so we can play those games. 4 projects, a little goodie bag of some merchandise, and of course we cut die cut punch and boss, etc. So register for that by whatever date I said, June 5th. June 5th. Here's the lovely and lovely in linen suite, and I think the stamp set's called Lovely and Lasting, and it's a bundle. It's a punch bundle, and the punch is this awesome label punch. It's so cool. It's this shape right here. Okay, so that's bingo. Register now. Don't miss out. Anyone can join in the United States. You just need Zoom to play our games. Yay, Lori. I'm glad you're excited to make your New Horizon sampler. Okay, so next up. Oh, this is a new event I'm announcing. So this will be offered to go, but it's also an in-person event here in DeSoto, Texas, is where I hold these. It's the annual catalog celebration. I'm doing this on July 9th. That's a Saturday. If you take it to go, your kit will be mailed on the 11th, July 11th. It's not an online event there's not going to be a video. You'll have your PDF tutorial, and you can complete at least 8 make and takes using these 3 suites you see here. They are Cottage Rose, Season of Chic, and True Beauty. That's the name of the bundles, actually. But of course, we'll be using the designer paper and ribbons and whatever embellishments. You're going to get a goodie bag with this class. You're going to get 8 make and takes. You will get video, 2 bonus videos showing alternative ideas. They aren't necessarily using the products I'm using. One's the butterflies, and one I believe is Season of Chic. And then I'll be sharing some pictures from some display stampers I have as well. So you get all that virtually, just not the instructions, which I don't do the instructions at the live event either. We just walk around and help people. So hopefully that all makes sense. You can take it to go. You can take it in person. It's Saturday, July 9th. Register by June 26th. You can attend in person or to go. These are the suites or bundles we're going to use. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. The reason it's not until July is because of the dates I could get my event center. You'll have door prize entry for attending. Everyone gets entered, even if you take it to go. You will get a chance to participate in a swap. You do need to mail those to me in time if you do it to go, and they'll get mailed back to you. And if you attend in person, there is food as well. So it's fun. It's like a kickoff, but I'm not calling it a kickoff since it's almost 2 months after the catalog started. May, June, July. It is 2 months after. Don't forget to sign up for our retreats. April and we have in-person retreats that you can attend weekend, Thursday through Sunday, or you can do Friday through Sunday. We have upcoming that has spots available August 11 through 14. Oh, I forgot to put oh, no, I did. And April 20 through 23, 2023. Yes, I said that right. April 20th through the 23rd, 2023. You can register for either of these in-person retreats now. The links are in our private Facebook group, Simply Spoiled Retreats. There's a link to that group in this video. By the way, there's also a link to sign up for my email newsletters in this video. Both, I'm pointing up for Facebook, down for YouTube. And if you have any questions on any of this, let me know. But these weekend retreats include, you get a bed, you get your meals, you get make and takes, a goodie bag, gifts all weekend, which we just had our retreat. And I'm not going to show the gifts today because I'm mailing the to-go ones tomorrow. Thank you to everyone who signed up to go. And I know there has been spoilers because our retreat attendees did post pictures from the retreat. But if you didn't see those spoilers, I'm not going to show them today. I'll show them next week. We gave you guys lots of fun gifts for attending the retreat. But here are some gifts that I received from retreat attendees. We do a card swap for the in-person retreat, which is optional. So here's my card swaps I'll show you. Stella gave us this amazing gift of a pen, which I love these pens, and an awesome water bottle. Of course, I got pink because of, that's my color. And then a tin from Robin that I got. Rhonda gave us this awesome, of course, very needed hand sanitizer gift. Dana gave us a little bag of candy, handmade bag. This was at the retreat just to tell us where our spot was, but that's just in person. And then I got some, isn't that cute? I'll catch you later, dear friend. And there's a fish. I got some goldfish from Robin, but I did give those away to someone who loves goldfish. Okay, so lots of little gifts we received there. Thank you guys for that. It's not required to give gifts to us if you go. And then here's the card swaps. This was our winner. Everyone at the retreat gets to vote, even if you don't swap. Isn't that gorgeous? That's by Linda. I don't know who made all of these. This one was, this next two were our second place ties. Oh, my lighting is so bright you can't see the greeting there. It says sending hugs. So this one and that one were second place, and then the rest are awesome cards, even though they didn't necessarily win. I don't have names on all of them, but this one says Robin Barnes on the back. Gorgeous. Sorry, it's my camera today. I had an issue and I couldn't fix it before I started, so my camera lighting is off today. Heather Patterson. I should have turned on the camera a lot earlier than I did to test it. I remember Kelly Pate made that one. She was regretting having to die cut hundreds of pieces for everybody. That's my swap. I used the suite that we used in our retreat make and takes. I don't even know which one April's was. That swap. And then this one it has a little magnet in there. So watch this ladybug. Do it. Oh, I have it upside down. There's a magnet attached to that ladybug and attached to this card. So she moves when you open it. That was from Stella. Yeah, let me see if I can figure out which one was April's. I don't know. Sorry, April, I don't remember. Okay. I feel like none of these are April's. Anyway, There we go. Swaps. Love it. Okay, so that's the retreats. Sign up now. You won't regret it. We also offer those to go, and that'll come out closer to the event. Next, we have crafting cruises as well in January 2023 and January 2024. Galveston, Texas. 2023 is Allure of the Seas. 24 is Harmony of the Seas, and it's a crafting cruise, so there is a whole crafting portion you can add on. However, you can bring any guest you want. They don't have to sign up for the crafting portion. They get to get our group rate, which is super cheap, cheaper than Royal Caribbean's deals. And they so you can bring kids, friends, family, partners, nieces, nephews, whoever, and they don't have to craft if they don't want to. So info on that is in the video as well, or you can just ask me or sign up for my email newsletters. Real quick, Paper Pumpkin, the one for June 2022 is called Pick of the Crop. There's not a picture of it on here. I picked a bad graphic, I guess, but you're going to get a little canvas bag with it. In addition, of course, you're going to make 10 or 9 cards. This is a fully what's the word? It's a all-inclusive craft kit that you can get mailed straight to your door. It includes the stamp set. Sort of say the dies. No, the stamp set, the ink, the paper, instructions, like everything's in the box. So let me show the most recent one real quick. This is the one I just got mine this week, and I think that might be early for me, actually. I think would get it next week. Anyway, here's the little canvas bag from the Pick of the Crop. You get one to hold a couple of cards, but you can buy more. But anyway, the kit basically comes in this exact size box. It just may be decorated differently. You get whatever adhesive you'll need. So there's some dimensionals, mini dimensionals. I didn't even notice that till just now. That's my favorite. And there's some tear and tape. You get a stamp set that's not sold anywhere else. It only comes in this box. You get an embellishment. By the way, I did not win a golden ticket in this kit. That was a thing last month. You get an ink pad. There's our advertisement for next month. And then you get your instructions, full color instructions there. So, and pictures of the projects on the front. When I started flipping through this, I was loving all the gold foil accents and these huge word dies, which I do have one of these kits available, by the way. This is the in color kit from last month. There's little gift card holders here. That was a bonus project. So that's basically what the kit kind of looks like, except will be a different theme. These are my card bases. There are some plain ones there, but you put that big thing on there, and you get your envelopes, of course. So this is $23.50. You can subscribe, so you'll get it every month until you cancel. And that saves you money because shipping is included in the subscription, or you can go pre-purchase it on my website, and that would be located here. Shop products, other products, kits, Paper Pumpkin. So that's our monthly subscription box. And the way, if you go purchase it on the store, that is a one-time purchase so that you're not charged every month. You can do 1, 3, 6, or 12 months with that one. Let me move this out of my way. Okay. So there's a link to subscribe in this video, there's a link to shop my online store. So let me just read real quick. Give your card collection a refresh with this month's Paper Pumpkin. We're taking fresh design ideas, cards. We're talking fresh ideas, designs, cards, and crafts. Express your love, gratitude, and style with summer's hottest trends in crafting. It's going to include a Calypso Coral ink spot, and the stamp set is perfect for expressing your love, gratitude, and style with sentiments that say, love you a whole bunch, you're the pick of the crop, you're the sweetest, and more. And I don't have it here, but I believe it makes, yes, 9 full-size cards. And then you can buy more of those bags, 4 for $13, I believe, next month. And those, I believe, only Paper Pumpkin subscribers can order those bags. Okay, let me catch up here on your hellos and comments. Agree, Terry. Great swaps. Hey, Janet in North Carolina. Terry, bingo. I don't have a sneak peek or anything. I just had a graphic that just talks about it. So I'll throw that back up there real quick because you were asking. But we're doing lovely and lasting sweet, basically, for that bingo. So there's that. And yes, Judy, you can still register for the PDF for my Stamp-A-Stack. If you, let me think where it is. Okay. I can either email it to you separately, or if you are on my email list at 1 p.m. today, an email is going to go out as a recap of this video. And at the bottom, I just have all my links to all my upcoming events. So it will say like register for May's monthly classes. That's where the PDF tutorial link is as well. It's not link, but it's within that registration. You can only register for PDF. So hopefully that answers your question there. I'm glad you love the cards. Thank you very much. And then if you sign up by the deadline, the deadline quote, if you sign up by today or tomorrow morning, you'll get in that round of emails that I'm sending out tomorrow. So yes, and it actually includes 4 tutorials for 4 different classes. I just bundled them all together. So hopefully that makes sense. Good morning, Catherine. Good to see you. Good morning, Terry, by the way. Facebook user. I don't know who this is in Mansfield, but June 30th, not 17th. I'm not sure which event you're asking about. So if you want to clarify that, I can check my date. I definitely could have said something wrong. Let's see. Kathy in Wisconsin. Good morning, Janet in North Carolina. I'm glad you love the gift of the swaps, Terry. Good morning, Cindy and Peggy. I know that ladybug card is so cute. Stella made that. I think I said that. She's a team member. Good morning, Robin. Linda, Harold, running late as usual. No problem. Hey, Deb. Hey, Carrie. Carol in rainy, cold Connecticut. Uh-oh. It's not cold here. And thanks for sharing. Linda did not get a golden ticket. Landa's here. If only Paper Pumpkin was available globally. I know. I mean, I have no clue when and if Stampin' Up's going to get that available to you guys, right? That would be nice, though. Hey, Susan. Hey, Tammy. Good, Terry. You have the email. Awesome. Yeah, Martha says, sorry to hear that about the Paper Pumpkin. They say it's because of languages. I didn't know that. Okay. All right. We talked about Paper Pumpkin starter kit special. If you haven't taken advantage of this yet, I don't know why. It must be because you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, which is perfectly fine. We can't take advantage of these kit specials, of course. But anyone who joins, don't even have all my ink pads here. Anyway, anyone who joins my team or anyone's team now through May 31st is going to get $66.50. Now I'm blanking. $61.50, 60-something in free merchandise for only $99 plus tax. You get to choose 125 in anything you want. Anything current, excluding Paper Pumpkin, but anyway, anything current. A past Paper Pumpkin, they'll just throw one in there, and then you get all 5 new in color ink pads. I was going to pull mine, but they are only 2 of them are here. It's because my classes are this weekend and they're pulled for what projects we're doing, so they're in these tubs over here to my right. Anyway, you get all 5 new in color ink pads free. You get a full, I do have this in front of me, a full pack of assorted in color 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and you get a full pack. This is not full of the new In Color designer paper, 6x6, plus the 5 ink pads, plus an 11 by 17 inch of 25 sheets of grid paper that have like flowers and the new In Colors on them. That all is the 60. I'm blanking now on the value, but it's 61.50 or 60. I don't know where the flyer is. Something. Anyway, if you ordered 125 from me and the 60 something dollars in merchandise and a paper pumpkin kit with tax and shipping, that's about $250-$3. No joke, no exaggeration. That is what you would pay when we add tax and shipping. You're only going to pay $99 plus tax. There's no obligation. Anyone can join my team. Lots of people on this video are on my team on the comments, and lots of them I know are demonstrators in other people's team. And I think they would all say that there's no trick. Like, you really don't have to do anything. You can purchase at a discount, get involved with the team activities, you know, shares, swaps, monthly group meetings, Facebook groups, Stampin' Up events. We have one coming in November in person. There's several all over the United States. I'm considering going to California or Arlington, Texas. And I got to figure that out, what I'm going to do. But there's an event coming up that anyone who buys the starter kit, as long as you're still active, can attend in November in person. Stampin' Up events are amazing. If y'all don't know, if you signed up since you know, the pandemic started, you don't know about these amazing in-person events Stampin' Up puts on. Plus, I have events like it's win-win, and there's no obligation. Again, you don't have to attend those events. You don't have to get on the Facebook group. You don't have to buy. You don't have to sell. So talk to me if you have questions. That special ends, let me put my little overlay here, May 30th. $99, choose 125, 61.50. There, I have it in writing, and a past paper pumpkin kit. The 61.50 is the value of if you purchased the ink pads and the paper and all that stuff. Okay, so it's a great deal. I have to admit that Ineka, I've already forgotten the pronunciation correctly, but I think it was Ineka. She's a demonstrator too. Awesome. Best starter kit ever. I agree. See how it says Facebook user? Just FYI, I can't see your name. I think I'll be able to see it after this video is like when I go back and look. But yeah, this special is, the value is so good. And these colors just came out, so you may not have them yet, etc. Denise, thank you for sharing, by the way. Janet is hoping she has a golden ticket. I have 3 here that a customer orders. She wants me to order them for her, and then she pays separately. We're allowed to do that with paper pumpkin kits. So I don't know if she has one. And then I have that one that I have for sale. I don't know if it has a paper, what do you call it? A golden ticket in it. Mine did not, but I did see a picture on Facebook of someone's golden ticket. It's like a huge voucher. Like, you're not going to miss it. It says golden voucher, I think, $25. Hey, Melissa, thank you for sharing. I'm glad, by the way, to see lots of people on YouTube watching. Thank you for watching on YouTube as well. Okay, so I think it's time to put the camera down and start stamping. I did forget. You know what? I did mess something up. Hold on. I'm going to go back and promote one more event. When I talked about the Genevieve event, I totally skipped over. I mentioned it, but anyway, there's 2 additional classes with this that you can either add on or take these individually. Now, if you, I believe the way we have it set up, if you do the tutorials, I believe you get all 3 in one price if you do tutorials only. But anyway, you can take my Bottled Happiness class only. You can take Genevieve's Sweet Songbird class only, or you can mix and match any of that combination. The 2 classes, the camp in one class, the camp in the other class, mix and match any way you want with that one registration link. So let me put the camera down. And what reminded me of that was these piles laying here that I did show the samples of the camp, but I forgot to show the sneak peeks of the classes. So this is a sneak peek of Genevieve's class. I only have the one sneak peek because I haven't made her samples yet, but they're really cute. They use the Sweet Songbird stamp set. And when you register, the stamp set does come with this class, but you can substitute if you don't want it. And then mine is the Bottled Happiness class, which I think also looks like cobalt blue glass class. And if you want to see this card being made on a video, Genevieve made it. It's Stampin' for Fun, I believe is her Facebook page, business page name. Oh, and excuse, I have ribbon sticking out of here because that's for us to measure when we actually cut this for everyone who's registered. So I forgot to show my sneak peeks of these classes, and I think you should register. But, yeah, of course I think they're cute. Okay, while I grab my stamping supplies, oh, these are 2 new products I want to show y'all. And just a reminder, last chance to get this bundle. You have until May 31st or while supplies last. It's the Here Together bundle, or you can purchase only the Here For You dies or only the stamp set Here Together. They are while supplies last or May 31st. They were extended. And then same thing for the designer paper, which is all together 6x6. It's all black and white, but it has some of the hands on it, and it's really pretty. See the hands there. Oh, and I've used a lot of it, but anyway, so we're getting down to the last chance for that. It's not coming back as far as we've been told. Also, I wanted to say last week, instead of stamping, I did my catalog tour video. So if you missed that, you can go back and check it. Yes, it turned out to be 4 hours. So at the end, I honestly was getting tired and kind of like shaky from not having lunch yet. So when I got to the accessories, I didn't go over them the way I had intended to. I'm not going to do it now due to time. I'll see if I have time to do another video, because I do think it's helpful to go through and point out every new thing and give extra descriptions. So I just want to say that I know I didn't do that. And later I was like, I didn't even go over all the new dies, like at all. I just kind of glossed this whole last section. So I'm going to try to do another video on that, but just know that I know I did that. However, since then, I have purchased 2 more new items. So why not show them to you right now real quick? Let's just put our address out there for everybody, why don't we? So this is and I bought these because of the retreat this weekend. April had them, and I was like, okay, I do need to buy that. They're called Fabulous Frames dies. They literally cut frames so the inside part will fall out. So that also gives you a rectangle, by the way, or an oval. Ooh, I need to consider that. I was looking for an oval the other day. Anyway, so really cool. So you could use the part that falls out to stamp on and then reframe, or just keep it separate and use it later. But it makes these frames, and then there's also these photo corners that die cut out as well. So there's 4, well, really 3 frames and a label die. This largest frame from the outside edge is 3 3/4 by 5. It's huge. And then the inside part that you would stamp on, or designer paper, whatever, is like 3 by 4 1/4. Then that next size down, which is more ornate, is about 2 3/4 by 4. It's got this fancy top and bottom with embossing and so on. And then there's an oval one that they both have lots of embossing and little, they're not going to be holes, but little stitch mark looking. So pretty cool. And then I bought the masking paper. I've had people asking about it already. So at the retreat, April and I read the description in the catalog in detail. It's basically like a sticky note. And I already kind of knew how you would use it. Let me see where it peels off. It's going to be the stickiness of a sticky note, so that it's not going to rip up your paper. Some things you can do with this is literally for masking. So where you stamp an image, like let's say we wanted to, well, of course my stamps aren't in here, have 2 cherries. We just want to stamp and not punch out. and we want one to overlap the other. So you would stamp this on your masking paper, and I would hand cut it out to be really tight around the image. Then you stamp your cherry on cardstock, your first one. You put the masking paper over it, and then when you stamp the other one half on, half off, the ink won't be touching each other. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll demonstrate this another time. But then you could also die cut images, like designs out of here, and then stick that to your paper as a stencil and sponge, like or spritz. There's lots of things you can do with this masking paper. And one reason April and I were like, let's investigate this a little further, was because we had a BOGO at our retreat, buy one, get one free. And half the people that placed their orders ordered the masking paper. So we're like, this is popular. Okay, so enough about that. Let me go back to check your comments. I actually got off that screen. Alejandra, I think you're talking to me as myself. Notice the comment. Okay. What is that paper called, Denise? If you're talking about this one, it's called masking paper. And it's on a weird page. I don't know why I'm holding the catalog up, by the way. It's not with adhesives. It's on another page at the back of the catalog. So if y'all want me to look that up, I will. I never know how big of a hurry people are in these videos. Okay, so I just wanted to show those two additional products I have purchased and apologize for kind of flaking out at the end of my catalog for last week. Okay, so this Sweetest Cherries, as soon as I saw it in the catalog, the first thing I thought was summer scrapbook page. And I still want to do that in my scrapbook club, which is also a class you can take every month. So watch for that coming. However, then when I started looking for my monthly online ordering special this month, I said, Sweetest Cherries. It's going to make some super cute cards. They're going to be summery. It's going to be fun. And so this is the set I'm using, for my online ordering special this month, which the way you take advantage of that is when you place an online order with me, you use this host code that's right here on the screen. I'll point to it in a second. May 16 through 31, Y2H, blah, blah, blah. Where you enter it is at the checkout screen. You see that pink checkout. It's right above it. Add host code. And then it will show you that you are shopping with me. And that's the code you enter. If your order is 25 or more, you get a free class packet to make 4 cards using this bundle. If it's 50 or more, you also get a free full pack of the in color matte decorative dots. These are the new in colors, and the sorbet color is up here hidden. So you get all 5 colors. So for 50, with that host code, you would get the 4 class packet mailed to you for free, plus these. My other class package, you do pay for shipping. So this one is totally free. This is something else I want to show y'all. Don't let me forget. So that's my online ordering special that I do every month. I will announce the new stamp set every month. It is 1 kit per person per month, but you do have the opportunity to earn 2 different accessories throughout the month. The first one has passed. I've ordered those for everybody who got those, and now we're into the second half. Okay, any questions, let me know. By the way, don't forget, when you say hi and make a comment on this video, you are entered to win the cards that I'm making today, which usually I make 3, but today is 4. And these are going to be the online order special cards. Okay, so as another aside, when I showed my catalog tour last week, I pulled out the butterfly dies and I die cut this out. I have learned since then that I use this incorrectly. You are supposed to combine it with the outline die, which the outline, let me grab my set. The outline cuts out the stamped image. When you combine the outline with the detail one, you get standalone die cut wings that you can build up and create images, which I've totally done in my sampler this month, and you're going to see lots of them if you took that class. We're going to pre-die cut it for you. Thank you, Karen. So I just wanted to tell you, in case you were like, watching that video and thinking I'm dumb. I was dumb, but I figured it out. Okay, back to our cards. Sweetest Cherries. So for this first card, I have my card base. It's 8.5 by 11 basic white. Cut it in half. You'll get 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper, and they will fit into a normal invitation size envelope. Obviously, these are US sizes. And it's economical because 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper, no excess, no waste, and no complicated measuring. It's 5.5 by 8.5. If you cut it in half the other direction, it turns out the same size when you fold it in half. So I'm going to fold in half with my bone folder. So I align the 2 corners on the table, rest against my thumb, but then do all my bending and creasing with the bone folder. And that makes the inside less wrinkly than when you do, use your finger. Sorry. I read Jean's comment. It's called Altogether 160039. I think, where did I put that stuff? When I throw things from the display that I've shown you, I should say, then I'm like, where is it? So the designer paper is Altogether 160039. I think that's what you're saying. And it's still available as of now. You can also get the skin tone blends now. They're in the annual catalog and they're all available. But yeah, if anyone needs those codes, just let me know, or just go to the store and type in Altogether and you'll find that. Thank you, Jean. And Denise says, thank you, Jean. See, very helpful. Chris, good morning. Julie, don't go back to work. Stay with us. Just kidding. Good, Lori. I'm glad you're waiting for me to make you want it. I hope y'all like my cards today. So that's the other thing. So I thought it was so cute and all that. And then I did struggle a little when I started designing, but I like what I ended up with. So sometimes that just happens. Okay, so we have our card base. This one's going to be landscape. And my next layer is going to be this designer paper. This is called A Wash in Beauty. It is a gorgeous paper, by the way, just standalone, gorgeous, which I'm using it obviously with a different set than it comes with. But the side I'm using is a Blushing Bride sort of distressed, painted, watercolory sort of look. I did show this, of course, on my video where I walked through the catalog. This design sheet that I am using, the back side is all these flowers that the dies will cut out. And I don't have the dies yet, but I'm getting them soon. But anyway, so that's the back side. You could hand cut those out as well and build your own scenes. But the other side is this Blushing Bride distressed, just really pretty. It's got some really dark sections, some really light, and then Blushing Bride. It almost looks like a sheet that would be for clouds, but it's pink instead. I'm also using on another card, I'll just show it now, this piece of the designer paper that is balmy blue on one side, again with the distressing. So you have like, it's almost like you dropped spilled water on it and it got lighter in spots and you swipe some white paint and whatever. Anyway, and then it has these tiny little white, very tiny, like computer generated tulip images repeated all over in an even pattern. So that's the design I'm using on another paper. And the back of that one is white base with green old olive stems growing up with some calypso coral, I think, or that might be Blushing Bride flowers, almost tulip shape, but again, not realistic. And then balmy blue dots. Those are the two I'm using. Just a reminder, though, I showed this paper on the other video, and just to remind you how gorgeous it is. All of these images, some of them you can hand cut out and let them stand alone. There's a lot of the distressed paper. That one was Granny Apple Green. And so on. I've cut up a lot of my, this This is one of my favorite patterns. I've cut up a lot of this paper designing for the paper share, my cards, and I wanted to use this pattern actually. It's like a polished pink distressed with white images on it. But then I couldn't make it work, so I didn't use it. You notice those pieces are not cut up. So that's for another time. Anyway, that's our piece, 4 by 5 1/4 inches. Then I have 3 squares, which I have pre-die cut to save you time. But they have the little dots on them. It's not really stitching. I feel like that's blurry. It is just little pierced holes, piercing. That's what it is. And of course, those are from some of my very favorite new dies called Stylish Shapes. I already own 2 of them because I knew I was going to use them a ton and be needing to give them to Karen and Landa, and want to have my own set here while they are using them to cut for classes. So this is the second from the smallest square. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles with the piercing, and then 4 banner images that both ends are banners, and they go from largest to smallest. So love these. Put this on your list if you don't have it. Stylish Shapes dies. And but I do want to comment. When we went on our retreat, I planned all 4 classes, those clubs I told you all about, card, scrapbook, stamp a stack sampler, and the what is it called? The share. That was 6 cards. And something else. Oh, I made some cards that Alejandra and I are doing together, but she designed, so I made my samples of those. I did a ton of stamping and die cutting, and I had some reject projects, of course, so I die cut stuff that I didn't even use because my card ended up ugly. And this is how much my magnetic plate is cut up from all of that. And this is the condition it is in. Of course, perfectly flat. One thing I discovered that I love about this, let me see if I can, maybe this will work. I just want to cut something for y'all real quick. I've pre-die cut everything for today. First of all, the whole thing's a magnet, right? And it's not the kind of magnet that shifts on you. I'm going to bring this to club so everybody can try it out at my in-person classes Saturday. There is an incorrect instruction in the packaging. So I'm going to tell you the correct way right now, which you may have already heard this. Grab my machine. The mini of these is not available yet, but it will be coming out. They're still perfecting it. This is the full size one. I think it's $28, $29. I'm like all over it. I need to order more of these, but anyway. Okay, so the instructions are going to tell you to put a clear cutting pad under it. That's not correct. It's thicker now. You don't need it. So you need platform number 1 that comes with your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You need the magnetic platform number 5. Of course, we need a piece of paper, so let me grab one. And then your die, of course, which you can put multiple dies on here if they fit and all that. Just never put your dies right at the very edge that goes into the machine. That can make it too thick there and it won't go in. But anyway. And of course, you can always be putting the dies in different spots. That's why you see the cutting all over this plate, because I move my dies around to evenly wear. Okay, then you do 1 cutting pad on top. I believe these are number 1. And then what I loved about it, besides it cuts perfect, of course, it cuts, you know, like butter. Your things stay in place. So the things I was cutting where I needed to align it, they weren't shifting because of the magnet. All that. What I loved, this works. Ooh, there's only 3. But you know how when you die cut something and all the pieces embed into your plastic cutting plate? So far, these don't. They scrape off so easy. So I love that. I was like, yes, for someone who's used to cutting for multiple classes, so you're cutting like 20, 30, of something to be able to just do this to the trash can and it all comes off. I thought that was amazing. So I hope you guys like that as well. Of course, I picked one where most of the pieces stayed in the die, which of course is easy to clean out as well. But I get so annoyed having to take this off and like use my fingernail to scrape all those pieces off when I'm die cutting a bunch of stuff. So this one, much better. Okay, so there's my little endorsement of the magnetic cutting plate. Back to our video, and I should be done with all that kind of stuff. So now we can just stamp. Okay. So I have the 3 squares I cut, and then I just have some scraps here. I'm going to show y'all how to stamp and punch out these cherries and things. Scraps of basic white, I should say. This piece of basic white is an exact size. It's 1/2 inch. I'm going to try to fix a cord that's bugging me. Okay. 1/2 inch by 1 inch for a greeting I'm going to stamp. All right. So for this card, I'm actually using a lot of the stamps from this stamp set. We are using the full cherry image, which these are really large, by the way. It's not like tiny little cherries. The basket weave image, that's a rectangle. The word sweet, which of course y'all know I love that because it's huge, cursive, or sort of cursive, just a pretty handwriting, sweet. Life is, that's a small image. The cherry stem, and then the leaf stamp, which I did not know what the heck this image was in the set. And then I looked in the catalog at the samples, and it's like the veins of the leaf. To me, it doesn't look like that because, of course, they put it right here. But anyway, because this bottom section is so long, but that's what it is. So I'm going to use that. Okay, so we want to, let me grab the punch. We want to stamp on these scraps. Well, actually, let me stamp first. The order doesn't matter. Let me just figure out what I'm going to do here. On these 3 rectangles, what I want to stamp is the basket weave image. So, and I was really wishing that I had purchased that new stamp set that has the orchard basket in it. I wanted to put the cherries in an orchard basket, but I don't have it yet. So this is alternative. Okay, so Blushing Bride ink. I do have the foam mat here just to remind y'all when you're using photopolymer stamps and you're not getting a good image, grab your Stampin' Pierce mat to fix that. And so I'm stamping this just right on top of the square in Blushing Bride. I'm far away from it, so I'm not aligning it very well, but you get the idea. Remember, just tap, tap on our ink pads. Do not press hard. You don't want to get ink all over the clear block. This is how I intended to stamp the other 2. Kind of center it. But since I've really got this one off, there's a lot of white showing. I'm just going to stamp the edge a little bit, which of course you can do. And same on this one. But if you're more able to be on top of it, you can just stamp it in the center. Okay, so there's that. Finished with that basket weave stamp. And then on my scraps here, what I learned is for the cherries, I'm looking for my ink pad. I was stamping them side by side and then trying to punch them, and they were too close together because of the way the punch is. So let me show you. And this is the full cherry. I didn't test this with the one that has a bite taken out of it. I'm inking this up in Sweet Sorbet, and I've cut a piece of basic white cardstock just the width of the cherry, because any larger you have waste when you put it through these kind of punches. So this is just like 1 3/8 inches wide because I don't like to waste paper. And I stamped it. It doesn't matter on this one. You can go left or right, but I stamped it over to the right side, and I'm going to punch. So 1 at a time, basically, unless you want to figure out your spacing. It was this little leaf that was cutting into the next cherry I had stamped. So I just need 2 for this. No, I need 3 for this card. So I'm going to make 3. And I've pre-stamped all the cherries that are getting punched out and leaves and all for the next cards. So see how I avoided that punched out part? So that's just going to be my advice on this one is stamp, punch, stamp, punch, stamp, punch. Or you can figure out the spacing, but sometimes I still mess that up. So I'd rather do it this way if it's me. Sweet Sorbet is a really good color, by the way, for cherries. New ink color. Get it free right now. Get your 5 ink color ink pads free. Free, free, free. Okay, so I have the 3 cherries. Then I need the leaves. I want 3 leaves. So I'm going to use Old Olive today for all of my leaves. I'm using the same colors on all the cards. So there's a solid leaf. So I have a little scrap here. It's about a 3/4 inch scrap. I'm going to remind myself. So I'm not really sure why they made the punch this way, to be honest. There's only 1 leaf stamp. I mean, I guess that maybe it's, I don't really know, honestly. But if you're, because it's a lot of trouble to meet it. I don't even think you could align your stamping that way to do 2 at one time. But if you were just stamping like Old Olive cardstock, you could put a skinny strip in there and do 2 at one time. Anyway, whether you're going to use this side or this side, there's 2 leaf punches in there, is going to kind of help you determine what direction you want to stamp the leaf. So I'm going to stamp it where the little pointy tip is going up there at the top of this piece so that I can insert it this way and have 0 waste on this end. I wouldn't want to go in this way because of the stem. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, nothing's going to interfere below that, so I can stamp all 3. And then I'm just going to stamp that was Old Olive, and right on top of it, also in Old Olive, I'm stamping the veins. And that top one, see how it went out of the lines a little bit? I don't care. Nobody's going to care about that. It looks fine. Yes. Okay. So let me punch these out. So there's other ways you could do this on this punch, other directions. You can really just do whatever you want, but I like to save paper or not waste paper, really is more the goal. So that's why I think so hard about it versus just throwing a piece in there and getting all these other white images that I'll never use and they go straight in the trash. And then last is the stem. That's pretty simple. I have 1/2 inch scraps for that, which of course we have those all over our craft room after you've been stamping, like after you make 1 card, you have white scraps like this. And I'm doing this stem in soft suede. I'm going to do some other ones on at least 1 other card in Old Olive because in my Googling, I need 3 of these. In my Googling of what color are cherry stems, basically, well, when they're on the tree, they're green. When they're still growing, they're green. And when they are in the store, of course, they look brown to me. So soft suede on this one. And so you can see where I did one previously on this piece. All you will need to do is cut that off or tear it off where you punched the previous one, because this needs to get inserted from the top and that piece is going to end up being too long, and maybe you should cut it. It won't let your paper go down far enough. I'll just align and punch, tear that off. So hopefully these are helpful tips. I don't know. This is how I do this stuff. Again, I've pre-done this for my other 3 cards, so you won't have to sit through all of this every time, unless I made a mistake and didn't pre-do enough. Okay, and then my little greeting, where's that piece? The little 1 inch by a 1/2 inch white. It's going to say life is, and that, what color? That's going to be Blushing Bride. Of course, this stamp has lots of words to go with sweet. Thank you for being so. Birthday wishes. Friend. Day. Life is. With you in it. And wishing you a. So you can combine those and make lots of different sayings. And then the big word sweet, I want to stamp on my designer paper, which is slightly terrifying. So I'm going to make sure I ink it up well. I'm not pressing hard because you will not ink it up well. Just trust me, it will look terrible. But I'm tapping lightly multiple times, and I like to go to the edges for these big thick stamps because that's where all the ink is hiding. We take it off the center. And then this goes down in the bottom right hand corner of the designer paper. This is landscape. And of course, just make sure you let it transfer because it's designer paper. We basically need to cut a new sheet. The back side is different. So you don't need to rock it. You don't need to press hard on your ink pad, but you do need to let it, give it a firm press for several seconds. Perfect. Okay, so let's put this card together. I'm going to use some In Color Baker's Twine on this card, as well as some of my In Color matte dots. So you can get those free right now with your $50 online order with this class kit to make these 4 cards I'm making today. Okay, so this card, I'm not wrapping any ribbon all the way around or any of that stuff. So I can go ahead and glue down my designer paper. Let me grab my Stampin' Seal. Let me check these comments, see if I missed anything, made a mistake, etc. Jean says, you know, she still has the old Big Shot, which works fine. I wouldn't be afraid to put this plate in my machine. I think you'll be, which you're saying you're not afraid, Jean. I do think it will work in the old machine as long as you have the, like, don't use your magnetic platform and then put that, because the magnetic is thicker than this one, but this is the same thickness as the old platform on the old Big Shot. So putting this on, you know, the exact sandwich I did should work on the old Big Shot. Just again, not on top of the magnetic. So, okay, then these 3 squares are going to go across the center, and the cherry on my silicone sheet, the cherry will sit, there'll be a cherry on each one. So I'm going to sort of put these cherries together on my silicone craft sheet just to protect my surface and take off any excess adhesive. I'm going to add adhesive to the bottom of the stem. Can't pick things up. And attach that stem to the cherry like that. And then I'll secure this down even more when I put that on my card. So I'm going to do that for all 3. And I want the stems kind of going different directions, basically. So I'll just do that, and you can still wiggle them and move them if you need to. Oops. I was like, where'd the other stem go? But it's over here with my trash pile. Okay. Anyway, I want to use that as a guide for how high to put these squares. I think I want them a little lower. Kind of right above the word sweet, actually. And they'll be in a row, sort of all 3 in a row. I'm not going to press hard, though, when I put them on here, so that I can move the squares around to evenly space them on this card. So this is just visual for me. I'm not using a ruler to space these out. I think that's good, so I'll press. I am attaching the cherries flat instead of with dimensionals, partly because the stem is so skinny that I want it to be secure, so I'll make the cherry be flat as well. And I'll just kind of turn the cherries back and forth different directions. I'm putting a little adhesive on the stem with my silicone sheet as well as on the cherry. When you have that excess adhesive with the Stampin' Seal, usually you can just remove it with your finger, but you can also get your adhesive remover, which of course these come in my adhesive kits, which you can add on to most of my events. Get that adhesive remover, which basically just pulls it up into a ball of adhesive that you can, usually it sticks to this remover. Remove that from your card. Okay, last one. Life is Sweet. The 3 leaves, we'll use dimensionals, of course, my favorite, mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I think these are low, at least last time I put in an order, these were on low inventory, these mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And so the other thing is I assumed the leaves went down here at the base of the stem, but then when I looked at those pictures online, they do not. They really, I think, go at the top of the stem. And some of them really were on the other part of the plant that the stems grow from. But I'm just placing them in different spots here in the middle of the stem, and it looks pretty darn cute. And then Life Is, I'll use also 2 mini dimensionals on that one. And it's going to go up here at the top left at an angle. And then I will add my 2 embellishments. Let's see. I get it, Jean. Yeah, one of these days your Big Shot will die. That is true. I've had them die on me. But that's like after years and years, which I'm sure you know. But once you get this one, of course, you can fold it up so it'll take up less space for you, Jean. Okay, so I folded over this Sweet Sorbet Baker's Twine in half so that I can make a bow with 2 strings. And this is just a regular bow. I don't do bunny ear bows with twine because I don't think it's necessary. I think it's really easy to tie a bow with twine, just like tying your shoes. So just tie a regular bow, but it's 2 strings. Trim off all that excess. And now you have a double bow. It's going to look super cute. And I may have to go to my new pack of these dots as well. I'm looking for glue. Here's my mini glue dot for my bow. So that will get attached to the middle cherry right there at the base of the stem. And then remember, you can get this class packet free with your online order. No, Siri, I'm not talking to you. And then these, as a reminder, these in color matte dots that you can get free with your online order right now are ombre. So I've just been using them as whatever color, like whatever shade, because I can't stress myself out to try to make multiple cards that have the exact same shade, because there's only one row of dark and then next dark and so on. Okay, so there is the first finished card. Life is Sweet. I added the 2 little dots down here to the left of Sweet. They are a large one and a small one. You get 12, 15. You get 15 large and 15 small of each color in the pack. Okay, there it is. Woo! I know that one took a while, but hopefully the next ones will go faster due to pre-preparation for you guys. I've done a lot of prep. Thank you, Darlene, Darlene. Thank you, Elner. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks, Jackie. Yvonne, thank you for sharing, and good morning. It's a bit blurry. I'm assuming y'all are talking to each other. I can't tell if mine's blurry. It might be. It's what's causing that is probably my connection. Let me throw something up on the screen here. Ugh, I'm kind of scared to do this. But let me throw this up. If I disconnect this camera and reconnect it, maybe it will go smooth. Because sometimes, like it's on my phone, but it's basically a webcam. And sometimes it has a bad connection. Like y'all know what I mean, the digital connection. Ew. Let me see now what it's doing. Okay. What am I thinking I need to do? I'm going to go to settings. Yes. Hope I didn't ruin it. Worst case, we'll do the other camera. Let me close it again. Don't worry, I think I can fix this. I'm going to open a new window. Let's enter the studio. Pausing. Hopefully y'all are enjoying that beautiful graphic that's on the screen. Mute. Ooh, you still don't want to work. Pause. I've broken my connection here. Let me think. I'm going to remove. Oh my gosh. Can y'all hear me now? I need to look at these comments more often. Darn it. Okay, you know what? Since I messed up, I'm going to start with the card I intended to start with. I messed up. Forget that. Can y'all hear me now? Yes, Linda, thank you. It's because I went out and went in. I didn't unmute myself. And hopefully this sounds okay now. Because I have multiple cameras and I can only unmute one or else we're going to get echo. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Yay! Okay, I'm going to do a different card because I pulled the wrong one anyway, so whatever. Okay, on our next card, we have Sweet Sorbet as our card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to fold that in half with the bone folder, like normal. This will be portrait shape card. And then I'm going to do my favorite fun fold, which is the Z fold. So I'm going to fold that front all the way back to the left with the bone folder. So simple, no special measurements. It's a half sheet, fold it in half, then fold the front back in half. Then I have a piece of basic white that will go on the inside. It's 4 by 5 1/4. This time for my front left flap, instead of designer paper, I have a piece of basic white cardstock that has been embossed with the gingham embossing folder, which is in our annual catalog now, I believe, and it's in the mini. Anyway, it's that gingham folder. Then I have an old olive rectangle that's been die cut from my favorite dies from the old catalog. Rectangle, what are these called? Scalloped contours dies. They don't even have the word rectangle in them. This is the, I believe, third from the largest. There's, I don't know where I put it, but there's the big one. Here it is that I die cut earlier. Then that one, then this third one down. So all of these are scalloped rectangles with stitching or some kind of fancy edges. I love scalloped contours dies. You can still get those. So I pre-die cut that old olive rectangle, which of course is going to go on the front here. Then I have a piece of basic white to go inside the rectangle. This time I'm not stamping on that piece. It is embossed with the gingham embossing folder. It's basic white. And it is, by the way, all these measurements will be on my blog at 11 a.m. today. And there'll be a recipe card you can print that has the measurements and all the supplies. Okay, so it's 1 7/8 by 3 1/4 for that white. I have pre-stamped and punched out the cherries and stems and leaves because you just saw me do that. So they are sweet sorbet cherries, old olive leaves, and old olive stems. And then I have a scrap of basic white here. So those are all the pieces I need for this card. So the first thing I'm going to stamp is the word sweet. I'm going to clean that off because I want to use a different color now. What else am I stamping? The greeting. And I'm going to stamp, thank you for being so. So on my little scrap of white, thank you for being so will be an old olive. Ooh, that's a nice old olive. I love it when an ink pad is inked up really well. And then on the 4 by 5 1/4 basic white, which is going to be portrait in my card, I'm stamping the word sweet on the right hand side all the way down. So I'm going to stamp it repeatedly. So I want to ink this up well each time in sweet sorbet, just like I inked it before. And I'm going to start at the top because I want the top one to be the full word in case it gets cut off at the bottom. Let the ink transfer. You know, it's a really thick, solid image. So don't just touch it down and pick it up, but do not rock it either. And then just keep stamping sweet repeatedly. Re-ink every time. I don't know what I was going to say. You can use the Stamparatus if you prefer. I do think this one's pretty easy to keep aligning because it's so large, and I don't know, I just think it's pretty easy. But if you have any trouble, the Stamparatus is an amazing tool. Also, if you have trouble getting a solid image with the Stamparatus, you can open it back up, re-ink, and stamp again in the same spot before moving your paper or your stamp down. So this last one might be a little off the edge, off the bottom of the paper, and that's fine. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. So since I already stamped the cherries, that's all I need to stamp on this one. And now I can finish it. So for my greeting, that was a large scrap. I'm going to hand cut the words out. They're my readers here. We have a new stamp set called Charming Sentiments, which we're using in my card class this month, that all of the greetings in that set have their own die that cut them out like this. That is pretty cool, but of course that's the only one like that. So this is the same effect. I'm cutting right at the edge of the image, keeping my right hand stationary, moving my left hand to get all these curves. And again, just staying really close, but leaving a white edge. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't know. I think with practice, you can get good at this because I don't even like hand cutting stuff out. There was, for the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip earners, that our incentive trip got canceled for this year months ago, since Stampin' Up! Did not know what the state of the world would be. They're having a virtual event for us this week with different videos and stuff. And they had a game show yesterday where Sarah Douglas, who's the CEO of Stampin' Up, and several other employees had to create a sample based on written instructions only, 0 photos. And so anyway, I think he's CFO, Scott Nielsen, the financial guy, he hand cut out his greeting, and all their cards looked awesome, by the way, but she just was like a small, whatever, point off for this hand cut image. And it wasn't cut horribly, but it was just a little wonky. Everybody else just put it on a rectangle and theirs looked better. Anyway, I thought that was funny. Ha ha ha. Let me see. Okay. Denise, my blog address is actually at the top of this video right now. It says www.stamptherapist.com. I guess I can point. It's right there. So that's my blog. And then, of course, my emails, jennifer@jennifercotton.com. I think you know that, Denise. And if y'all need any other stuff, just let me know. Okay, so I'm going to attach the piece that says sweet, 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 sweet inside the card. Sweet sorbet on sweet sorbet. Then I will attach this 1 7/8 by 5 1/4 white that's been embossed with the gingham over here on the left front flap. Then attach the other embossed gingham to the old olive rectangle inside those little stitch marks. Then I'm just going to attach the cherries the same way I did on the last card. So I will attach them to each other. Attach the stems to the cherries. And then attach the cherries to my project. So stem on top of the cherry instead of tucked behind it. And then adhesive on the cherry and the other part of the stem to attach this to my card. On this one, I was using the samples I looked at online of real cherries, and I wanted it to look more like the ones on there where they are still growing from the vine. So that's why I stamped the stems in Old Olive, which is green. And then I'm going to connect the two stems at the top so they're growing together. And then I'll place these two leaves with mini Stampin' Dimensionals at the top of the stems. So a little more realistic, like not that we have to be realistic in our art, but so a leaf on dimensionals going to the left and to the right out of the top there. So there we go. And then this piece will go, of course, like I always do, right in the middle of the card. So I can only put adhesive on the back left of the Old Olive. So I always turn it upside down and basically put it exactly where I want it on the card, but flipped top to bottom upside down. And that shows me where to place. I always use dimensionals, but you could tape runner as well. Where to place these so that they're not too far to the right and they will show on the inside and close, glue your card shut basically. And now I can add more dimensionals on the left side. I just do 6 here of the minis. And then see, no adhesive on the inside, so your card can open and shut. And then the greeting, we'll get some Stampin' Dimensionals. And this will be it. I did not use ribbon or embellishments on this card. So this greeting is just going to kind of go down here on the bottom left of the rectangle. Thank you for being so sweet. And you don't have to write a big note. You just have this little space, or you can add a piece of white over here if you do want to write a bigger note. So there's card number 2. Remember, you can get this class packet free with your online order in May 2022. Ooh, ah. Okay, let's move on because my video is going long because of all my mistakes. Thank you, Brenda. Thanks, Jackie. Good morning, Debbie. Thank you, Pat. Very nice. I'm glad you like it. No problem, Denise. Awesome. Okay, so this is the part I described all this stuff and y'all couldn't hear me because I didn't unmute myself. So this next card is the normal card size, but I took my 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half at 4 1/4 inches. So when you fold that in half, it's going to fit, or it's going to be the same exact size as these cards, but it's just cut differently. And then I scored it at 5.5 inches with my paper trimmer. I could have folded it in half instead. It's the same difference. And then I cut off 2 3/4 from one side. It doesn't matter. This 2 3/4 piece I cut off, I'm not using today, but I could. And so what you do in general with these cards is you fold, and the shorter piece is the front, and then you can take this piece and attach it, the piece you cut off, and attach it back on the front, kind of like that. I wanted circles instead today, so I'm not doing that. I'm just going to put this aside to reuse later. You could also probably go this direction with these cards as well. Portrait, but I'm doing landscape. Okay, so then I have my 4 by 5 1/4 basic white that will go on the inside. I have the piece of designer paper I described at the beginning, which is the balmy blue. This is a wash in beauty, balmy blue with little tulips on it. And then I have the largest of my new catalog favorite standalone dies, Stylish Shapes, the largest circle in Sweet Sorbet, and then the next circle down in basic white. And that's basically what I need to make this card. I'm glad you like those 2 cherries together, Janet, and thank you, Eleanor. And Cindy, card number 2 is extra sweet. Thank you, Martha. I know, right? Literally extra, but I like it too. I'm not looking for my thing. Do I need it? Let me look. Yes. Honestly, I'm just grabbing this silicone because it serves as scratch paper too. Because silicone, the Stampin' Pierce mat. Because my table is so firm that I can stamp photopolymer on it and it's fine. But this gives me my scratch paper. So I'm going to stamp the circle first. So what I wanted to show on this card, like the purpose of it, was, of course, you don't have to punch out the cherries. And I wanted to use the one with the little bite out of it. So you don't have to punch them out, but you can. And they look cute if you do. But we're just going to stamp them directly on this circle. So I'm going to use both. I'm trying to see. Yes, I need to clean that stamp. Where did I put my chamois? Oh, right here. So I'm going to clean the cherry stem because it has soft suede ink on it. And I'm going to stamp this one in Old Olive. And I saw ink on, yeah, right there. I have ink on the edge of this clear block. So just in case, I'm going to take that off. Of course, just rinse your chamois in the sink, squeeze it out. You're good to go when it gets too much ink in it. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the cherries first in Sweet Sorbet. So on this left bottom side of this circle, I want the cherry, I assume that's a bite, right? It wouldn't be anything else, would it? Y'all tell me. It's like the same exact cherry. It'll fit in the punch, but it has a bite out of the left of it. So I'm stamping this on the left side, sort of angled in, so where the stem goes is angled in, and it's hanging off the edge a little bit. Again, letting that ink transfer. And then I'll do the full solid cherry over here to the right. Same way. So they're touching. I think I didn't overlap this one, really. But on my original sample, they overlap a tiny bit. It's fine. Then I will add the stem and leaf in Old Olive. So I want these stems, to touch. So hopefully I'll do this correctly. I just sort of made sure the bottom of the stem is touching the cherry there. Don't rock it, because you want an ugly image. Oh, did not align this very well. It's fine. Trying to think how I could have aligned that better. I think my stem needed to go more straight up. Let's fix it because this is going to serve as the video for your instruction. Also, I think that is, I'm looking at my sample. I think it is soft suede ink. I'm taking it back. Although what? No, I'm just going to do it in olive. It's fine. Let me cut a circle real quick over here on my little magnetic platform. Which I'm using that same paper I cut that rectangle from earlier. Okay, see, there we go. Cherries. Go away, dirt. Go a little more upright with this cherry. Just a tiny bit little. But y'all know we can always modify our cards, and if you make a mistake, like, it is fine. So a little more toward the top with that stem, and then we're just going to go with however this one ends up, but we are going to try to make them be touching at the top. That's better. Much better. Practice on scratch paper first if you get this kit or you make this on your own. And then we're just going to add one little leaf coming off to the right from the top of the stems. So cute. And then, of course, the veins in, this is all Old Olive. Notice I'm not stamping off on that Old Olive, and you can still see the veins. I just tested it and it worked. Sometimes that doesn't work. I think it's because this leaf stamp is a distinctive and it has the light and dark in it. So anyway, Okay, and then on my white rectangle, 4 by 5 1/4, I'm going to stamp, of course, the word sweet again, which I just used it in sorbet on the last card, so I don't need to clean it. So sweet sorbet ink. And I'm going to stamp this up in the top left corner so that when the card is closed, it won't show. Let the ink transfer. You don't always have to do this. It's just for these super thick, solid stamps. And then the word friend from the set, which is, friend is not as big as sweet at all, but it's a little bit of a larger stamp than the other greetings. Friend goes all the way down in the bottom right hand corner. Sweet friend. And then we put this together. What time is it? I don't know why I'm stressed about how long I am today. Just for you guys this time, really. I didn't think this video would be super long. Anyway, okay, so of course, sweet friend, because it's the 4 by 5 1/4, it goes on the inside. And then designer paper on that left front flap. So you get 2 fun folds in this class. 2 for 1. Notice how you can see the edge of sweet right there. So we're going to make sure we cover that up with our circle. Attach the white circle to the sorbet circle. I'm going to go ahead and tie some of this baker's twine, this in color baker's twine, the sweet sorbet, which is striped with white. They all are. Around this front left flap before. You could probably do this after as well, but I'm going to do it before I attach the circle on this video anyway. Who knows what my instructions will say? They're not written yet, of course. Okay, so I want to make the X, so you just have to figure that out. Sometimes you have to adjust your ribbon when you're trying to make it. Fold it around twice and make an X pattern. And then I'll grab my reverse tweezers. These are in my Amazon store, which is on my blog right there, stamptherapist.com. Click Amazon links at the top. And I just want to pinch the X, where the cross, where the ribbons are intertwined, whatever. And I'm going to tie my bow now. My hands are free. And I'm just fixing the bow, and then I'll trim the excess with some scissors that are here somewhere. Yes. I usually like to bring both tails together so I can cut them evenly. And now if I need to move that more to the left or right, I can. So my cherries will go right in the center. So I think the ribbon's good where it is, but if I needed to adjust it, I could. Now this one, we're going to attach that to this circle only on the left side, just like the last card, but it's a circle and it's harder to tell. So you really want to pay attention. I'm going to put my thumbnail in the center there so that when I flip it over, I have the center there at the bottom in the same spot. So hopefully I'll be okay. And I'm going to place dimensionals not too close to this edge again, just in case. And there we go. So I used only 4 dimensionals, only on the left side of the circle. And hopefully I did it correctly and they're not going to show on the inside of my card. Also, I made sure I covered up the little edge of the T there, and friend is showing. And then to finish this card off, I just want to add 3 of, so I need to open my new one, 3 of the in color matte decorative dots. By the way, I saw this tip from my friend April. You can cut your, which I like to cut my embellishments open anyway, or I like to cut these things open because I don't like dealing with that sticky. So she cuts the very top of the plastic while it's closed of these embellishment packages, and then you can slip it in like this from the top where you can still read all your info, but you can flip it up and sort of access everything easier. Flip up this flap. And so I've started doing that with mine. It's just a slow process. Like that's why this other one I'm using is not done that way, because I'm just doing it as I have time. Okay, have the take your pick tool. I'm going to add a large and 2 small sweet sorbet in color matte decorative dots up here. So a little triangle in the top right hand corner. And that is card number 3. Hope you like it. Your speaker went out. Oh no, Cindy. Don't you love technology? And that's number 3 of the free class kit you can get this month. So number 4, I hope nobody has done this already. But if they did, I didn't see it. And I hope you guys like this card. I think it's cute. I'll just say, I think it's cute. Okay, so here's my pieces. We're going to go black and red this time. And it is, sorry, let me put a couple things away to not have quite the mess when I'm finished. The base is, I can't close these eyes. The base is black, basic white. Normal, 5.5, 8.5. So let me fold that in half. This will be portrait. Then the next layer is basic black, and it's been embossed with the painted texture embossing folder. Still available, of course. And it's 4 by 5 1/4, so it'll just go right there on the front of the card. Then I have another rectangle, scalloped rectangle I've die cut from Scalloped Contours dies. It is the second from the largest size in Sweet Sorbet. And for this one, we do have a great new black and white paper, whatever, designer paper, I should say. So I used the one, this is from Perfectly Penciled designer paper, 12 by 12 in the annual. I used a design that is black and white. It's black with white polka dots, but it's super distressed. The dots are not, it's like you drew them with a pen, sort of started small and went to a big circle. They're pretty solid, but messy. And then the black paper behind them is distressed. So anyway, that's the dots I'm using. The black has flowers on it. So this is a great paper in general. Like just grab a pack to use when you need some black and white, or when you want to color some flowers in, or you want to color the stripes of the striped one where it's black and, you know, 1 to unlimited colors you want to, etc. It's really great. Perfectly penciled. So I have a piece with the dots there to go inside the scallop rectangle. We don't need this. And it is 2.5. Yes, 2.5 by 3 3/4. I've pre-stamped 2 cherries and punched them out in Sweet Sorbet. I've also pre-stamped 2 stems in black, Memento Black. I don't think I brought that pad over here since I pre-stamped, but y'all know Memento Black, right? We carry it in our catalog. So I pre-stamped that, and then I have a scrap of white here and a white label that has been die cut. I'm trying to show that stitching there. From, of course, Potted Succulents dies. They're still here. We're still going to use them for the next year. They have 4, 1, 2, 1 must be missing. Anyway, there's a smaller version of this one. There's 4 awesome labels in that set. So that's where I die cut that from. So for my stamping, since I pre-did the cherries, I just need, of course, the word sweet. And this one's going to say birthday wishes. So sweet birthday wishes. Where is it? Right here. Oh, I did bring Memento over. Good. In case you don't know. It's a great black ink pad. So I want to stamp in Sweet Sorbet birthday wishes on this label. Small little 1/2-inch label. Die cut there. The Y hangs off the bottom. That's fine. We don't care. And then sweet, I'm going to hand cut out. So I'm just stamping it on a scrap. Getting all that good ink on the edges there. Throw it down. And I'll hand cut that out. Supposedly. Now I'm looking for the glasses. I think they're... Oh, I put them back. Good. I can cut it better with readers on. But just like I cut out that other greeting, so leave a white border. There's no dies to go with this stamp set. It's just, of course, the punch. So just a reminder there. And also, if you are watching this video on replay, you still will be entered to win these 4 cards by commenting on the video and or sharing the video and commenting that you shared. So you can get basically 2 entries. Those help me out. And like someone said earlier, also giving me a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, all that helps as well. So thank you very much. This is my full-time job. And if you missed the beginning, I offer lots of events. You can check out my blog under events. You can sign up for my email newsletter. That's the best way. I'm always going to email about events. Sometimes I mess up and forget to post it on my blog or whatever. Who knows what happens. But the email, you're always going to get that updated info there. You can also join my retreat Facebook group and my VIP customer Facebook group. Okay, now I have all the pieces. I'm going to put it together. I hope you're going to like it. Okay, so let's look at this. Good. Okay, so I am going to use this ribbon, but I'm just making a double bow so it's not wrapping around. So let me go ahead and attach my designer paper first to the rectangle. This is just the order I'm choosing right now. Let me attach my black to my card base. Remember, you don't need a ton of adhesive when you use Stampin' Seal. It's awesome. The card base looks like it's cut a little bit crooked. Yours will not be when you take the class, because Landa will cut it. Also, I will give away the good sample, but I think that is cut crooked. Anyway, that was when I prepped for this video. I'm going to attach the rectangle with Stampin' Dimensionals. Right in the middle. So Sweet's going to go up here at the top, kind of at an angle toward the left. Birthday Wishes is going to go at the bottom. And when I was making these cherries, I had stamped and punched a bunch, and they were laying on the table, and I saw a balloon. I think that totally looks like a balloon. In my opinion. It even, of course, on these cherry images, which are super solid, there's 3 highlight spots, which you would see on a balloon as well, where there's white, basically no ink gets stamped there. I thought it looked like a balloon. So that's what I made these be. They are balloons, and they're shaped like a heart. They also give me a Mickey Mouse balloon vibe. It's not exact, but you know, if you make a Mickey Mouse themed card, nobody's going to question you. So for these, what I'm doing is adding a little adhesive at the bottom center of the cherry, and I'm tucking the base of the stem behind. So that's my balloon string. And then, of course, I'm going to attach these flat because I don't want to deal with the flopping around stems, or in this case, balloon strings. So we'll have one balloon a little lower, one a little higher than the other one. They're kind of at angles. They're right in the middle of that rectangle. Isn't that cute? I hope y'all like it. And then I'll just do dimensionals for my 2 greetings. Maybe 3 on the word sweet, and actually 3 on this other one as well, since it's pretty long and skinny. That one goes at the bottom. The birthday wishes. Stuff was stuck to my hand. And then sweet, like I said already, but it goes at the top left of the rectangle, but at an angle, kind of at the same angle as your balloons. And then the only other thing we need to add to this is the ribbon, or the twine. I'm just going to make another double bow, like I did already on another card. If I can calm down and do it. And that's, of course, going to go on the balloons there. Trim all 4 at one time. There's our ribbon, our bow, mini glue dot, and that card will be finished. So this is your class packet. You can get free this month. I know I'm late showing it because it was a crazy month with retreat and everything else I had going on. So I'm advertising it later, but hopefully you'll still be able to take advantage of that. Of course, you can have a chance to win these 4 cards from today's video. Let me see. See, this is the not crooked one. You have a chance to win these 4 cards from today's video by just commenting on the video and or sharing the video, and then commenting that you shared those, so I will know. But if you just want the class packet mailed to you for free, it's free with an online order in my store of 25 or more with this host code at checkout. 50 or more, you also get the free full pack of in color matte decorative dots plus the class packet. Now, I did forget to say this earlier. If your online order is 150 or more, you get all this from me, but don't use the host code. Never mind, because if you don't use the host code at 150, Stampin' Up's going to give you at least $15 in free merchandise. So of course you want that instead. So thank you guys very much. If you have any questions on anything, let me know. Jennifer@jennifercotton.com. Also, let me put my email on here. I said that already. Email me, or of course you can go to my blog, stamptherapist.com, all that. You can also text, what's the word I'm looking for? Facebook message questions to me, or sign up for my email newsletter so you can get all those notifications sent directly to you. Thank you, Carmen. Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Eleanor. Very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. Cindy says they really do look like balloons. I agree, Cindy. Like, I didn't even think it was, you know how sometimes you turn a stamped image or a punch into something else, and it's like a little off. I think it really looks like balloons. So thank you, Cindy. Janet, I think I do have your address. But I'm reading your comment about sharing to Twitter. If I don't, I'll message you. Long story short on that. Martha, look, I shared to Facebook and Twitter. I learned about sharing to Twitter when I was today years old. That sounds like me with so many things, Martha. And Stella says, you make fussy cutting look easy. 20 years, that's, I think, the deal with that. Just 20 years of practice, and you can't rush it with fussy cutting. Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much. Thanks to everybody watching on both platforms, Facebook and YouTube. On both of those, you qualify for the entry. So, you can comment and share and all that stuff on both. Just comment that you did share. The first is your favorite. That's funny, Martha, because like just a secret of my videos, I always show my least favorite first. Not that I don't like it, but whatever one I think is the least, the lesser is the one I do first. I like to end with a bang. So, but Martha says this one's her favorite, the first one. So, love it. Awesome. Well, everyone have a great day. I should be back on next Thursday, normal, 9 a.m. Central. If you have any questions, like I said, let me know. I can't think right now if I should be telling you something else. But don't forget about that starter kit special too. It really is it's not a trick. It's a great deal. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's not a trick. It's a great deal, and you will not be obligated to do anything if you grab that special by May 31st. So I will talk to y'all later. Have a great day and a great week. And hey, Kylie, thank you. Have a great week, and I will see y'all next time, or unless I'm going to see you Saturday in person. All right. Bye.